Good day, here are the top stories from the Philippine News Agency. PAGASA warns everyone to brace for a new round of heavy rainfall and strong winds as Typhoon Ofel approaches the country. PAGASA said Ofel was last spotted 485 kilometers east-northeast of Daet Camarines Norte, packing maximum sustained winds of 120 kilometers per hour near the center and gustiness of up to 150 kilometers per hour. It continues to move west-northwestward over the Philippine Sea at 20 kilometers per hour. Ofel threatens to cause a life-threatening storm surge about 1 to 3 meters high over the low-lying or exposed coastal localities of Batanes, Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, Cagayan, including Babuyan Islands, Isabela, and Northern Aurora. Tropical cyclone wind signal number 2 is raised over the eastern portion of mainland Cagayan and the eastern portion of Isabela. Signal number 1 is raised over Batanes, Babuyan Islands, the rest of mainland Cagayan, the rest of Isabela, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, Apayao, Kalinga, Abra Mountain Province, the eastern portion of Ifugao, Ilocos Norte, and the northern portion of Aurora. Ofel will bring cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms over Bicol region, Isabela, Aurora, Quezon, and northern Samar. Metro Manila and the rest of the country will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. Meanwhile, PAGASA is also monitoring Tropical Storm Manyi, which is expected to enter the Philippine area of responsibility in the coming days. Manyi was spotted 2,020 kilometers east of eastern Visayas with maximum sustained winds of 65 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 80 kilometers per hour. It is moving west-southwestward at 25 kilometers per hour. Once the tropical storm enters PAR, it will be named Pepito. As the country endures the continuous onslaught of tropical cyclones, DOST-PAGASA has set up a support system to help its forecasters experiencing the so-called typhoon fatigue. Head of DOST-PAGASA Climate Monitoring Ana Solis admitted that weather forecasters are also experiencing fatigue from constantly reporting on successive calamities hitting our country. This came as PAGASA has been busy monitoring numerous cyclones in the past weeks, the most recent being the successive entry of Marce, Nika, Ofel, and the approaching tropical storm to be named Pepito. Solis said the agency has issued an internal memorandum urging meteorologists, weather specialists, and other tech specialists to provide technical assistance to weather forecasters so they could have time to rest from giving hourly updates. Meantime, Solis encouraged the public to be prepared and updated to avoid the effects of calamities, especially the possible threat of Typhoon Ofel. In a bid to enhance disaster preparedness and prioritize public safety, the Department of the Interior and Local Government and PAGASA are doubling down on proactive measures, including early advisories and enhanced typhoon monitoring. During a Malacanang press briefing, DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla assured the public that government work and class suspensions will be announced a day ahead of a typhoon's arrival. He said this proactive approach aims to minimize risks and disruptions during severe weather conditions. This came after President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. authorized the DILG to make suspension announcements in the event of approaching severe weather. Remulla shared that he consistently implemented early advisories during his time as Cavite Governor, a practice he plans to continue at the national level. Remulla also emphasized advancements in weather forecasting, highlighting PAGASA's use of state-of-the-art tools, including the U.S. Joint Typhoon Warning Center, Windy App, and the Japan Meteorological Agency for more accurate predictions. Meanwhile, PAGASA is stepping up its coordination with partner agencies to track the movements of several typhoons and provide timely updates to the public. PAGASA Weather Division Officer in Charge Chris Perez said the agency has issued advisories on the potential impacts of severe tropical storm Nika, tropical storm Ofel, and another storm currently outside the Philippine area of responsibility. Perez said that as early as last week, PAGASA has been working closely with partner agencies to enhance disaster preparedness and mitigation strategies. He also noted the agency's focus on providing accurate rainfall forecasts and wind signals to assist communities in northern and central Luzon, many of which are still recovering from recent storms. The Philippine government has strongly dismissed China's assertion of baselines and base points concerning Bao de Masinloc, also known as Scarborough Shoal, calling the move a violation of the country's sovereignty and international law. The Department of Foreign Affairs confirmed it lodged a diplomatic protest on November 12, condemning China's actions as part of its ongoing illegal seizure of the shoal located within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. The National Maritime Council also weighed in, stating that China's baselines violate the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, and failed to meet the conditions required for establishing straight baselines. In its statement, the NMC reiterated that Bao de Masinloc has always been under Philippine sovereignty and jurisdiction, with its maritime zones consistent with international law. China issued its declaration on November 10, just days after it protested the Philippine Maritime Zones Act. Beijing asserted that the baselines aim to legally enhance its maritime control over the region. Scarborough Shoal is situated just 124 nautical miles from Zambales, placing it firmly within the Philippines' 200 nautical mile EEZ, granting the country sovereign rights. In sharp contrast, the shoal is approximately 472 nautical miles away from the nearest Chinese coast, further undermining Beijing's claim. In other news, the Bureau of Internal Revenue seeks to create fairness between traditional and online sellers while boosting government revenue during the holiday season. This comes as the BIR has intensified its efforts to monitor tax compliance of online marketplaces and sellers. BIR Commissioner Romeo Lumagi Jr. has warned online businesses that violating tax laws could face severe penalties, including the possibility of being blocked from operating. Citing Section 115 of the National Internal Revenue Code, Lumagi emphasized that the BIR has the authority to suspend business operations, including digital services rendered in the country. He stressed the need for fairness, pointing out that if traditional stores comply with tax regulations, online businesses should also do the same. Lumagi also reminded consumers to always ask for official receipts when purchasing from online sellers. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the PNA Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The PNA Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the PNA Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under PNA News. It's 42 days before Christmas. I'm Wilnard Basilonia. This is the PNA Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.